Hello everyone, my name is Cindy Clarissa. In this video, I want to introducing about morphology. Morphology has been employed in the English language for a long time, particularly in biology. It is defined as the field of biology concerned with the shape of living creatures and their components, as well as the interaction between their structure. The term morphology is derived from the Greek word morph, which meaning shape. We can deduce from the name that morphology will discuss forms. The basic definition of morphology, coming from the term morph, was explained in the previous section. However, we cannot begin the explanation of English morphology with that phrase in order to simplify the definition. As we already know, linguistics is a systematic study of language that begins with the most fundamental concept, or what we call the simple concept, which is sound. That is why, before moving on to other topics, we should first understand about more phonology. We already learned about phonology and phonetics, which deal with sounds in a language as a necessary subject before learning morphology. Not only it is created, but it may also differentiate meaning and lead to distinct terminology such as homophone, homonym, and homograph. Morphology is often described in a linguistic context as the study of the internal structure of words. After describing what morphology is, the scope of the research must be defined. It is absolutely discussing words, but the reach may be broader than we realize. We learn about the structure of words in morphology, which means we learn about part of words, later called morphemes, how to form words from a single lexeme through affixation, and how words are formed, or productivity of words, and how its parts can contribute to its meaning. For the conclusion, morphology is the study of nature and of linguistic system, and consequently of human natural language. Morphology, for example, clearly show that language structure is divided into two axes, a syntagmatic axis and a paradigmatic axis. Morphology is also utilized to better understand the nature of linguistic rules and the internal structure of natural language grammar. As a consequence, we may learn more about the human language faculties, design, as well as the nature of regulation, creativity in the domain of language. And morphology can help us in knowing how linguistic rules operate in language perception and production, as well as how linguistic information is cognitively represented. Both psychological and historical data provide light on this subject. As a result, morphology contributes to the greater goals of cognitive science, which study human cognitive capacities. Thank you. That's all about my presentation.